Heart-centered versus head-centered. I had a great conversation with a friend the other day at a community event that I'm involved in. And we were talking about how our community's grown and like where things have gone and how we've all gotten a chance to know each other. And I brought up a suggestion on where we might take things forward, how we might use it for business purposes, and how we might take the group to what I called, quote unquote, the next level. And he asked me a question. He asked me a question. It was a great question. It was a series of them. It was like, hey, is this something that they've asked for? Is it about you and your ego? What is driving this? And I answered the question, and I had to be really honest with myself because it was a little bit of everything, you know? And the idea had been in my mind for a while, but I started to get some people talking to me about what else could we do together? How else could we be in company with one another? And I made these various suggestions, and they were really around like how we can like start finding synergies in business and starting to work together with, to create different opportunities and make this community something that would be just really something that you couldn't find anywhere else. And he pointed out to me, he said, Nima, look around right now. The people that are here, they're here because they're connected not in the head, not intellectually. They're connected by something powerful. They're in a heart space here. They're here because it rejuvenates them, it nourishes them. There's something else that's involved. It's not head, but heart. And what you're describing right now feels pretty heady. And if that was offered to me, I'm not necessarily sure I would be interested in it, because I'm coming here for a different type of nourishment. We ended up talking for over an hour around just different ways to create more heart-centered opportunities for the community, and also heart-centered leadership. What does that mean? How does that work? And it was just such an eye-opening conversation for me, because quite frankly, as I've been moving to my next level, I have been looking to see how do I scale while bringing even more depth to the equation. And from a business perspective, going from one-on-one clients to working with multiple people and really leading a movement, it came in my mind with some certain ways that I had to approach it. And in the conversations and counsel that I was getting, the questions that came up really fell pretty strongly in the head space. Who was your avatar? What is your business plan? So on and so forth. And it's not that I can't answer these questions. I was a consultant for 10 years. These are not questions that are beyond me. But it wasn't until the conversation the other night where I realized that those questions created a head space. And the place that my movement and the place that I'm at is coming from a place of the heart. Now, for you and your movement, for you and your change, it might be something completely different. But I want to invite you to think about it for yourself. I said, where are you really playing? Are you looking to play in the head space? Are you looking to play in the heart space? The head space being a place where everyone's intellectually engaged. The heart space where feelings, emotions, who they are as a person is engaged. How they show up in the world is engaged. And I believe there's even one more space below it, at least one, that gets into like the gut world. And that's something I'm still exploring, because I know that to be a place of that's really powerful for me as well. And the reason I share this here is that as that distinction became clearer, all of a sudden there were two things. One of them was the feeling of freedom, a feeling of relief and alignment, of knowing, it can be like this. There's value in this. And then the other side of it is that I also felt a feeling of being more grounded, of knowing there are so many other places in the world that might focus on the head stuff. In fact, as we go out into our world, we probably have to play a game and answer to a lot of the intellectual stimulus. But there's something that I can offer that's different. There's something that this movement represents that's different. And it's for that reason that it's powerful. And so it gave me a chance to really anchor in and realize that the headspace for me is exactly the place to play. So I'd love to invite you to consider, where's the area that your movement truly lies? Where is it that you connect the most with your people? And rather than making it an aside or something that you have to do, or taking care of other things that feel like they're requirements specifically for the standpoint of, how do I say it? Coming across to as many people as though your movement has legs and wings. What if you just allowed it to be what you needed it to be and played in whatever space made sense? I'd love to get your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear, how have you looked at the head space or heart space? What space do you naturally play in? And what feels natural to you? And have there been a time where you've been operating out of the wrong space from a primary place? And I'm still exploring this myself here. And for me, I don't think it's one or the other. But to understand what the concentration is that really aligns with me, that's the key. And then surrounding myself with others who can complement as necessary. So I'm Nemo Ashong. It's an absolute pleasure to talk to you here. I'm the leader of Outliers, Pioneers, and Mavericks. I love to be in conversation with you. If this resonates at all, reach out to me. We do group coaching conversations as well as community experiences each week. And if you'd like to be a part of this, just go ahead and go over to nemoshong.com and fill out an application to come and play with us. In the meantime, as you're thinking this through, leave us a comment and we'll go from there. Here's to being more you each and every day. Game on.